The River Afan is a river in Wales whose river valley formed the territory of the medieval Lords of Afan. The Afan Valley encompasses the upper reaches of the river. The valley is traversed by the A4107 Afan Valley Road. Settlements in the area include Cwmafan, Pwll-y-glaw and Cymmer. The town of Aberavon grew up on the banks of the river, and was later subsumed by the larger centre of population known as Port Talbot. The political constituency still retains the name Aberavon, aber meaning mouth of a river. Etymology: the river's name is old and there is no definite agreement on its origin. One suggestion is that it is from Aban, meaning from the heights, due to its comparatively quick descent from hills to the sea, compared to the Ban in Ban Albracaniog, the Brecon Beacons course. The River Afan begins its journey at the village of Cymmer, meaning confluence, where the rivers Pwll-y-glaw and Cymmer. See tributaries below. The river runs in a more or less southwesterly direction parallel to the River Neath, with which it shares its western watershed. It converges with the River Pwll-y-glaw at Pont-Rhydifan. From here it turns southward towards Port Talbot, to aid the construction of the docks at Port Talbot. The river was diverted away slightly before it reaches the sea. The river drops over a 12-foot-high vertical weir called the Slaughterhouse Falls. The river passes the Afan Argoed Country Park in its middle reaches. A motte and bailey castle stood on the banks of the river as it passed through Aberavon during the medieval period. No remains are now visible above ground, but the site of the castle is commemorated in local street names. Geography: the river is about 18 kilometers long. In the east it borders the River Kenfig and then the River Lynfi, a tributary of the River Ogmore. The River Cwmafan, one of the tributaries that form the river, shares a watershed with the Rhondda, a tributary of the River Taff. Industrial past. For much of the 19th century and the first half of the 20th century, the River Afan was severely polluted by the coal and iron industry. With the decline in the coal mining industry, the quality of the river improved in the 1960s and 1970s so that some salmon and sea trout started to return to the river to spawn. A number of weirs on the river had to be made passable to allow fish to ascend the river. This required the creation of fish passes on some weirs such as on the Dock Feeder Weir and the demolition of others such as at Pwll-y-glaw Weir. Tributaries: Aberavon Cwmafan. The River Cwmafan is one of the two rivers to form the Afan. Its length is approximately 11 kilometers, and its source lies in the hills south of Glyn Neath. It has one major tributary called the Aberavon Cwmafan, as well as other numerous streams. The river is known for the numerous waterfalls along its length. Although the water is clear today, discharge from the many collieries along its lower reaches led to noticeable pollution. Minor discharge sometimes leaks from the Glyn Cwmafan colliery, although its effects do not have a noticeably detrimental effect on the river. Aberavon Cwmafan. The Aberavon Cwmafan joins the Cwmafan at Cymmer. It is 8 kilometers long, and starts at Pwll-y-glaw, where two small rivers join. Its source is only a couple of miles away from that of the rivers Rhondda and Ogmore. Strangely, there seems to be some confusion between the Cwmafan and the Afan itself. One of the two streams that form the river is named the Nant Cwmafan, while the other appears not to have a name, but is labelled on the Ordnance Survey map of the area as River Afan, as is the entire length of the Cwmafan. This is likely a mistake, but the spring from which this river comes is called Pwll-y-Afan, meaning source of the Afan River. The river is slightly alkaline due to continuing, albeit minor, pollution discharge from the Cwmafan, Rhondda and Glyn Cwmafan collieries. River Pwll-y-glaw, a major tributary. The River Pwll-y-glaw, which meets the Afan at Pwll-y-glaw, suffered more severely from pollution than the main river because of the sulfur-rich coal produced by the mines in that area. As a result, the abandoned coal mines continued to discharge acid mine drainage rich in iron and highly acidic. This turned much of the river orange down to the confluence of the Pwll-y-glaw with the main River Afan. The orange color could often be seen as far downstream as Pwll-y-glaw. There were a number of collieries contributing to the pollution, although the major source was the Whitworth Colliery. At the height of coal extraction in the valley, there were several deep pits and numerous levels. This pollution is now much mitigated following extensive work promoted by the Environment Agency in the creation of engineered reed beds to treat the mine drainage. Nant Fruit Wilt, with a length of just under 8 kilometers. This was a small tributary of the Afan shortly before it entered the sea. The Nant Fruit Wilt was diverted in the 18th century into the ironworks at what was to become Port Talbot to provide a source of water. It remains diverted, flowing into the Port Talbot docks. References. External links. www.geograph.co. UK. Photos of the Afan Valley and surrounding area. Neath Port Talbot. The Afan Valley. www.afanvalleyangling.com. River Afan Angling Club website.